been a really bad boy.
Come get your cup of TRU T as we spill it, one cup at a time. Live right here in St. Pete where we're spilling the tea once again.
One cup at a time.
One cup at a time. If you're just joining us, we're here at Gay St. Pete House, and this place is absolutely interesting, isn't it?
It's a blast.
Yes.
I'm loving it.
It's a huge interest to me because I've never been here before. I didn't even know this place existed. We're back here with Brian. Brian, why don't you tell our viewers that are watching a little bit about what we're doing here and what goes on here on the weekends, especially on Sundays today?
Well, we're a six guest room bed and breakfast, and we have day passes to allow locals to come interact with the overnight guests. Saturdays and Sundays are usually pretty busy, so it's a nice interaction, great crowd, clothing optional, and very private. So it's a great escape, and especially right now, a lot of people who would normally go to the beach are hanging out here.
Wow. Grandma Pearl, are you having a good time?
Don't bother me, don't bother me.
By the way, this is Grandma Pearl, and she what? Puts out?
Oh, yes, I still put out, folks.
Are you putting out today?
Well, oh, Lord, I see so many potential of husbands out there. Oh, wow, look at that one.
So, Grandma Pearl, what has been going on with you? Besides,
What?
you close your mouth. What's been going on with you? What's going on with Earl?
Oh, my husband Earl, oh, God bless him. You know he's getting romantic now. I don't know, maybe it's because his birthday's coming up. But he says, you know, Pearl, you remember when we first got married and we used to have breakfast naked? He said, let's do that again. And I said, okay. So next morning, we both were naked, and I looked at him, and I said, my titties are still hot. He said they should be. One's in the coffee and one's in the oatmeal. I never had that problem before.
God, you and Earl always got something going on.
I know, but
I'm surprised you haven't retired him.
Oh, honey, I'm looking. I am looking.
I see you're looking really hard today.
Whoa.
And speaking about looking, if you're just joining us, earlier we were talking about COVID and how the numbers have been going up, and I was asking you a little bit about, like, were you in fear when you're doing shows and you have all those people out in the audience? I mean, it's a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah, and for those that are joining in, I'm JC Ray. I'm a local entertainer here in St. Pete. And yes, I mean, last night we had an amazing night at the garage, and I stopped for a minute and I looked out into the audience and loved seeing everybody and the smiles and the happiness that we were giving them. But it is a real thing. We need to be aware of this. And if you haven't been vaccinated, please go get vaccinated, not for yourself, but for others. There are so many out there that are suffering, and it's gonna get worse if we don't take control of this. We really, really need to be diligent about this.
Right. And what shot did you get? I know you got vaccinated.
I did the Moderna one.
Did you get sick from it?
You have to shoot me like a Kennedy to get me sick, honey. No, I'm good. Don't you worry.
That's true. You're like a cat with 9 lives.
I keep going and going.
I had the Johnson & Johnson, and I didn't get sick, but I felt kind of sick the other day when people were telling me, they're like, Johnson & Johnson, whatever you do, if you haven't got vaccinated, don't get the Johnson. I was like, I already got it. There's all this crazy stuff. They're like, you're going to grow an extra ear and an eyeball. And
I wish I would grow an extra appendage, you know. I'll tell you what.
You make a lot of money off
You're
that.
damn right I would.
You could be part of the big circus.
I'd be calling Grandma. I need a referral.
I know, right? I mean, speak about circus.
Oh, honey, I could put you on a sideshow.
Speaking of sideshow, let's talk about our friend, the sideshow, at TampaBayGay.com. If you don't know Dave from TampaBayGay.com, it's Tampa's #1 business directory for all things gay related. He has absolutely every business that you could think of that is business related for being involved with the gay community there. So check them out at TampaBayGay.com for all things business related in the gay.
Well, I'm going to have to meet this man, and I've heard of them, and I hear they do great things and help promoting the different businesses in the area. And that's always a great thing to see the community come together and be able to work together.
Absolutely, absolutely. Grandma Pearl, I think you're on there, aren't you?
I'm on there. He put me on there. God bless his hole. He's real cute, too.
Yeah.
But
I think what you're on there for chandelier cleaning?
Yes, I'm my business, chandelier cleaning. On 20 years I've been doing it.
I think you're like the only one left that does that.
Well, I'm the only stupid one that wants to do it, I guess. I'll tell you. I'm the only one from Naples to Tampa that cleans residential chandeliers.
Okay, that's interesting. So let's go back to you, Brian, and talk to our friends that are just joining us right now. Tampa Bay, or Gay St. Pete House here, and our friends that are joining us in Tampa Bay. Tell us a little bit about this place. It's been here for, what, 13 years, you said, right?
We've been here for 13 years. We stay very busy throughout the year. Winter is our busiest time, but weekends are usually full. So if you want to book for a weekend, look in it a month or two in advance.
Yeah, and you have absolutely, it's like the one-stop shop. If you want to get a continental breakfast, you can have that here. You've got a pool here. I mean, it's really happening here today. I mean, a really fun.
It's great here, and we're really happy to see everybody out. And the nice thing here, we added on to the pool area so everybody could space out a little bit more for COVID, and just it really is a very laid-back atmosphere, a nice vibe.
Awesome. And you got the sauna out back too.
We have a sauna. We have a massage table.
Yeah, it's really
I
really
like
cool.
massages. I'll give you a massage.
I can give you a handy dandy. He also has a parrot here named Pecker.
Yes.
And I stayed here 4th of
Pecker.
July. Yes, I stayed here 4th of July, and I was walking by, and it was at night, and I came out here and just relax after the night of the show and everything, and I hear, hello. I thought somebody was trying to pick me up. I thought, my God, I thought I was over those days. And come to find out it was a pecker calling me. Hello. So Pecker the parrot is here.
Pecker the parrot. That's very, very interesting. And speaking about interesting, everybody that is anybody is here today, I'm telling you. And actually, we have somebody that we want to have come on. Thank you so much, Brian, for coming and talking to us. And somebody else has just showed up here that might be a big influencer here in the St. Petersburg area. That's in front of yours.
Well,
right?
that's definitely an influence here. She's been a staple here, and we're really happy to have her. And it is Lex Delamere, and a lot of us all know her as Alexis Delamere, and she has got more titles and crowns than I even know, but I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to crown her as Miss Simply the Best 2020. So welcome.
Welcome to the show.
How are you,
I
everybody?
don't think I've ever met you, but I've seen you out and about in St. Pete. I think you do shows where at Enigma?
I do I do host bingo every Thursday at the Quench and Logo.
Yes.
And then I'll be working next Saturday with JC at the Garage on Central.
Wow. And how long have you been an entertainer?
I've been doing this for about 25 years now. I started in New York and then moved down here about 15 years ago. And
And I
kind
think you used to be at the resort, right?
I was a 10-year cast member at the Flamingo Resort in St.
Yeah,
Pete.
so
Yes.
if you remember the resort, then you definitely remember this one because you were always out and about, out by the pool. and
Yes,
doing your
Sunday
thing.
fun day in my bathing suit, hosting
Yes.
crazy games and drinking buckets.
I think you told me at one point you had how many bathing suits? Like 60 or 70 different bathing suits? I mean, that's an addiction. That's a good addiction.
Yes.
Yeah, really.
Well, I like to
crazy.
be fun. and
So you
comfortable.
probably have seen, since you've been here for so long, you probably have seen some crazy things. And the resort, that was a crazy days, all right?
Things that happened at the Flamingo stay at the Flamingo.
Yeah. That was interesting. Do you think we'll ever get anything like that back here in St. Pete?
I don't know. I mean, thank God Brian has this beautiful resort so
I
people
know.
could come and be themselves and be comfortable and just
I mean, that
themse-
kind of
be
like, to me,
themselves.
it kind of, I would say, the closest thing to where we
This is the closest thing, yes. Unfortunately, the Palmer House closed, so we have this,
nothing
and
really
it's
left.
fabulous. So at least we have something here in St. Pete.
Yeah.
I actually thought about that when the first time I came here. I used to go to Fort Lauderdale a lot, and we go to the Elysium, and we go to the Cabanas, and a lot of those places throughout the United States are becoming extinct. So the fact that we do have this here, yeah, we have probably the closest thing that we would have to something like the Parliament House or the Flamingo, and we're really excited to be able to come here and be able to have this little special place.
By the way, you have kind of an inspirational thing going on with that hair. Little Britney Spears?
Well, I mean, I guess if you want to.
Little Gaga?
Gaga, I think, yeah.
Yeah, the glass is definitely a Gaga.
Yeah,
for
very.
sure.
Yeah, Christina. I don't know. If you told me to look like Prince, I could do it. I mean, it's
Did
one
you
of
hear
those
about
things.
the latest Britney Spears stuff going on?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, it's a tragedy because I look at her and I think to myself, that woman now has given her life to entertaining.
Yes.
And I mean, it's a classic case of like the Michael Jackson syndrome. You grow up as an entertainer, people take everything they can from you and want, and then when these people are done with you, they just throw you away. But with Britney, they took control of her whole life. I mean, down to she can't have children, she can't get married, she can't make her own phone calls. It's really sad. And, as an entertainer myself, I think to myself, there are days where I don't leave the house because I don't want to have to give myself to anybody and I don't want to disappoint anybody, but can you imagine of living your life and being one of the most famous people in the world and not even being able to make your own choices for your own body?
I know, right? And
That's just
the
terrible.
baby thing. I mean, she can't even have a baby. Or
Yeah,
kid?
I wish they put something in her, an IUD. I wish they had done that to me in my 20s. I didn't have as many children running around. But it's just one of those things. It's really sad, and I think that we have to remember entertainers are still human beings. They have feelings.
Yeah, we're all people.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking about entertainers, we said this in our last show that we got knocked off, but we're sending our best wishes to Lindsay Carlton Klein, who's back home at the camper, right? Yeah. She's back at the motorhome with her dogs because she got sick on the way here.
She had bad clams, you know. She probably went down to the
I think
beach.
she got pregnant.
Oh, I thought it was red tide that she got.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of red tide,
Isn't that awful? It's terrible.
Yeah,
all of these beaches that are, you know, and it's making its way up. Usually they say water runs downward or shit runs downward. Can I say that?
You just did.
Yeah, I did. Sorry.
Yeah.
And but yeah, red tide. I mean, and I really think it's our own fault. We as a society and human race are just destroying this earth, and we really need to be really aware of what we're doing, because look what's happening. You can go on the beach in St. Pete, Sarasota, and it's making its way up north, and there's tons and tons of sea life that is just gone.
And speaking about life and life that's changed, you're from New York. Do you remember the Limelight?
Yes, the Palladium, all those fun places.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
tunnel.
Yeah, we actually just had, for one of the club kids that was just on, and I think Michael, do you remember the whole story with Michael and Angel and the club kid scene? Party Monster. He just passed away like 2 months ago, and it was horrific. He had served time in prison for killing Angel back in the drug days of Limelight, and they were doing all the party scenes, and they were actually the first club kids to come on the scene, and now we're dealing with his death. And it's crazy. You would have thought that he would have died a long time ago from some of the things that he was going through.
That's a whole genre. I mean, that we, as a community in the LGBT, that we, you know, we're starting to lose, and it's really sad. And I think some of those people had I know some of those people had some amazing stories, and that's what shaped our culture.
Yeah. So, speaking of shaping culture, Grandma.
But don't bother me, honey. I'm busy.
She's verklempt today.
So, Grandma, what else have you got going on? Are you doing any shows?
Oh, my goodness, I almost forgot. I'm going to be in Fort Myers next weekend
Yeah?
at the Eden. And Eden, I guess it's a relatively new bar down in Fort Myers, and I'm going to be performing there.
Wow.
I'm really excited. It's really a beautiful club.
Yeah, speaking about things that are beautiful, I think today we're going to be going back to that beautiful Our Place. Do you remember the diner Our Place that we went to?
Yes.
She doesn't not remember. She's just saying yes. Our Place, we actually filmed there a couple weeks ago. Grandma, you had pancakes.
Oh, I know. Yes.
Remember, after that we went to the longest owned bar or running bar.
Oh, yeah. What was
that?
the name of that?
I don't remember. I was going to ask you.
It was in Dundee, wasn't it?
Dundee.
you're talking
Dundee.
about the pro
Dundee.
shop?
Yeah, the pro shop.
Oh,
Yes.
that was a
Yes.
crap-
So we'll be going back to Our Place today after the
Okay.
show, so you can catch us there. We're probably going to be going back to, as Grandma calls it, Dundee, right? Dundee?
Isn't that what it's called?
No, it's Dunedin.
Oh,
Dunedin.
Dunedin.
Don't count on this one for any information because she will screw it up.
Well-
She'll screw you up.
If I had my teeth, I could speak better.
So there's some interesting people here.
There's always interesting people here at the Gay St. Pete House, and there's weekly rates. I hear if you stay 5 nights, you get 7 nights, actually, and there's a day pass that you can pay for, or a monthly pass you can come for, and yeah, you come here, you get a cabana.
Yeah, you got that big palace one you said.
I did. For my birthday, they were so kind. They gave me the big suite, and I had my own deck. And when I walked in, I was like, "Oh, you got me messed up for some bougie woman." I'm like, "No." But then I was like, "This is perfect." Yeah. So it's always a good time here. It
Yeah.
really is.
So where are some of your fun spots that you like to hit when you're in St. Pete?
The Garage and Central's always fun.
Yes, where you'll see.
Yes.
Oh, you'll see me there every Saturday night. And next weekend, we've got Alexis Delamere and Corey Stevens.
Yes.
And we got Nazir Love over there.
Yeah,
So
and
we're
last
mixing it
night
up.
was just a birthday party. Right?
Yeah, we had Rye's birthday party last night. He's 59
And
last
packed,
night.
right?
Packed. It was crazy.
Crazy.
I paid my rent and I paid for my nails.
And what else? What's some other places you like to go to?
There's a new place called Cocktail.
Oh yeah, that's right, Cocktail. If you don't know about Cocktail, you can check that out at Out and About St. Petersburg. We did a whole big blasé thing about that place. That's an interesting place. And Cha Cha, she actually went there, and 2 different times she begged the owner. Well, she didn't beg him. She drove him crazy. She got some hanging penis thing because it was orange, and she had to have it because it matched her orange fingernails.
Well,
So,
I heard at cocktails you can have a cocky-eyed tail and nobody will have a problem.
they do have some really, really great drinks there. I mean, not even a shameless plug. That is, we usually go there after the show because it's a really cool place.
It's a really cool place.
Adriana Sparkles is the show director there.
Yeah.
I'll be performing next month there for my birthday, so I'm excited.
Yeah, you know, I have to ask you a question. Maybe someone can explain this. So, what is the whole bearded thing? What is that? The drag beard thing? Do you know anything about that?
It's
How
just
to
a trend right now. It's just bears being creative and being fabulous and owning themselves.
I think also not so much a trend. I think, you know, like a lot of people, classic drag, people think of this glamorous man dressed as a woman to the 10th degree. And we as a community we're trying to be all inclusive. We're trying to break the barriers of a stereotype. And I think with bearded drag, it's holding on to your masculinity on your everyday life, and because you're a man who wears a beard. And who's to say you can't? I mean, Adriana Sparkle comes out there, and she's got a body better than most women.
Yeah.
And she's phenomenal. So I think it's great. It's not for everybody, just like not every entertainer is for every crowd or every club. But I love that we have variety, and I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
Now let me tell you
Oh,
something.
here we go.
Wisdom
It's
comes knocking.
it's not new at all.
Oh.
Not at all. Honey, we had on the sideshow bearded women. They were
And this
men.
was
I'm not done.
200 years ago.
Well, no, they
Oh, the circus had bearded ladies.
a bearded lady.
Oh, that's true.
Oh yes, so it's just an upgrade of what used to be, and now it's just more
What do they
pronounced.
say? The saying is, it's not over till the bearded lady sings.
That's it.
Wow.
So it's not a new thing. It's just more pronounced than it was.
Well, I think life in general and society is more accepting, and there's an opportunity now for people to express themselves, and I think it's an amazing thing.
Speaking about an amazing thing, again, we are broadcasting live. We are here at Gay St. Pete, right?
Gay St. Pete House
Yeah.
in St. Petersburg, Florida.
Yes. So if you're just tuning in, this is a really cool place. You can stay here. You can eat here. You can just go spend the day at the pool here.
You
right?
can meet your future husband here. You
Oh.
can make your future baby here.
Listen, we are out of time, but we got to come check this place out once again. We'll see everybody when we're out and about during the. I don't know where we're at.
We're at the Gay St. Pete House, and we're sharing the tea one cup at a time.
I just went blank.
This has been an Out and About media production and association with Tampa Bay's #1 gay website and business directory, TampaBayGay.com.